So let's talk now about how to divide. So I want to start with a simple example of one that's just a fraction. If I had 2/3 divide by 8/9. You probably remember some little catchy thing that you talked about in junior high when you did fractions, but I want to remind you that dividing by a fraction is the same thing as multiplying by the reciprocal. For instance, if I had 4 divide by 2, that would be the same thing as 4 times 1/2, right? 4 divided by 2 is 2, and half of 4 is also 2. So you can see how dividing by a fraction is the same thing as multiplying by the reciprocal. So in this problem, because it's divide by, I'm going to have 2/3 multiplied by the reciprocal, which is 9/8. So now I'm going to work this just like any other multiplication problem. I'm going to look for anything on top, on the numerator, that reduces with anything in the denominator. And that actually happens here. 3 goes into 9, and 3 goes into 3 one time. 2 and 8 reduces to 1 and 4. So now I multiply straight across. 3/4. All right, let's try this with one that we have to factor. So if I have 3x squared plus x minus 2 over x squared plus 3x plus 2 divided by 2x over x plus 2. Really, this means I have a fraction divided by a fraction, so I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal. The first fraction stays the same. And then I'm going to change it to multiply and do the reciprocal of the second fraction. So it's x plus 2 over 2x. So now I'll treat this like any other problem. I'm just going to start by factoring the numerator here. This factors to 3x and x and minus 2 and plus 1, so that's gone. This doesn't factor, but this factors to x plus 1 and x plus 2. So now I'm looking for anything in the numerator that cancels with anything in the denominator. So x plus 1 cancel. This factor of x plus 2 cancels with that factor of x plus 2. So I'm left with 3x minus 2 on the top and 2x on the bottom. I can't cancel these 2's or anything here because this is a factor and this is a factor. All of it would have to cancel before any of it canceled. Let's do a couple more division. I'll throw one up here and you pause the video and try it. Try this one. X squared plus 8x plus 16 divided by x plus 2 divided by x squared plus 6x plus 8 over x squared minus 4. So because it's division, I'm going to keep the first fraction the same. And multiply by the reciprocal of the second fraction. And then I'm going to go through and try to factor each part. This factors to x plus 4 and x plus 4. This factors to x plus 4, x minus 4. This factors to x plus 2 and x plus 4. All right, so now we're looking for anything in the numerator that cancels with anything in the denominator. I have an x plus 4 here and an x plus 4 here that cancels. I have an x plus 4 here, but there's no more on the bottom. Same thing here. No more x minus 4. So my answer would be x plus 4 times x plus 4 times x minus 4. And on the bottom, x plus 2 times x plus 2. Now you may choose to write this, since these are the same, this could be written as x plus 4 squared times x minus 4, and the bottom could be x plus 2 squared. That would be the same thing. Okay, one more. This is where we combine several things. So I've got lots of operations happening here. So I'm just going to go through and deal with each one. This one stays the same, but I'm going to go ahead and factor it as I move through. I'm going to take out an x and make it x plus 11. This stays as x minus 2. This says times 3x squared. So the 3x squared goes in the numerator, 1's in the denominator. This says divide by 6x over 1, so I'm going to multiply by 1 over 6x. And divide by, so I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal, and that's x plus 11. And this is going to factor to x plus 2, x minus 2. So now I'm going to go through and see if anything will cancel. It looks like I have a 3 and a 6 will reduce to a 2. This x will reduce with that x. But it doesn't look like I have anything else that's the same. So on top, I have x squared, and I end up with 2x plus 11s. Over, and on the bottom, I have an x plus 2 and 2x minus 2s. So my answer would look just like that.